So folks, we haven't done this since the cantor was out on maternity leave. So let's turn to page 816. We'll start with a little Yiddish tonight, based on the words Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, come my beloved, welcome the bride of Shabbat. And the most important thing for all of us to say together is Chiri bim, chiri bum, chiri bim bum, bim bim bum. How's that? Don't ask what it means. Okay, you got it? 816? Als ich will singen Lecha Dodi, sollst du singen Chiri Biri Bim. Als ich will singen Likras Kala, sollst du singen Chiri Biri Bam. Lecha Dodi, Chiri Biri Bim. Likras Kala, Chiri Biri Bam. Lecha Dodi, Likras Kala, Chiri Biri 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 Bam, Chiri Bim, Chiri Bum, Chiri Bim Bum Bim Bum Bim Bum, Chiri Bim, Chiri Bum, Chiri Bim Bum Bim Bum. Okay, so when I say bim, you say bum. When I say bum, you say bim. Don't repeat what I say, right? You got it? You got it? So let's just do the Chiri Bims. It's okay, we haven't done this in 4 years. So, Chiri Bim, Chiri Bum, Chiri Bim Bum Bim Bum Bim Bum, Chiri Bim, Chiri Bum, Chiri Bim Bum Bim Bum Bim Bum. I chiri biri biri bim bum bum, I chiri 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 bim bum bum, I chiri 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 bim bum bum, chiri bim bum bim bim bum. Now while all of you are going to be celebrating July the 4th, you know, whatever you're doing on July the 4th, Barbara is going to be on an airplane on her way to Israel, and not only in Israel, but to Jerusalem. So we continue with this. Als ich will singen Yerushalayim, sollst du singen Chiri Biri Bam. Als ich will singen Ira Kodesh, sollst du singen Chiri Biri Bam. Yerushalayim, Chiri Biri Bam, Ir HaKodesh, Chiri Biri Bam, Yerushalayim, Ir HaKodesh, Chiri Biri 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 Bim Bam Bam. One more time, Chiri Bim, Chiri Bam, Chiri Bim Bam Bim Bam Bim Bam, Chiri Bam, Chiri Bim, Chiri Bim Bam Bim Bam Bam Bam. I chiri biri biri bim bam bam, I chiri 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 bim bam bam, I chiri biri biri bim bam bam, chiri bim bam, bim bim bam. And before she leaves for Israel and Jerusalem, Barbara's going to lead us in Shalom Aleichem.
Page 16. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Boachem L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Barchini L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Tzedchem L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
How about if we turn now to the real Lecha Dodi, 38. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, yalalai, 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 Pnei Shabbat, nekabla. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, yalalai, 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 Pnei Shabbat, nekabla. Shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad, ishmi'anu el hamiyuchad, Adonai echad, ushmo echad, l'shem u'letiferet v'le'tila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, yalalai, 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 Pnei Shabbat, nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, yalalai, yalalai, Pnei Shabbat, nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechoven elcha, ki mekor haberachat, merosh mikedem nesucha, sof ma'aseh b'machshava techila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat, nekabela. Lecha Dodi kala, yalalai, 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 nekabela. Page 40. Hitorere, kiva orech, komi ori, shir dabere, kevod Adonai, alayich nigla. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, yalalai, yalalai, Pnei Shabbat, nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat, yalalai, 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 Pnei Shabbat, nekabela. Fourth stanza. Yamin usmol tifrotzi, v'et Adonai ta'aretzi, al yadish ben parzi, v'nismecha v'nagila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, yalalai, yalalai, Pnei Shabbat, nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, yalalai, yalalai, Pnei Shabbat, nekabela. Bo'ev v'shalom ateret ba'ala, gam besimcha u'b'sohala, toch emonei am segola, bo'ichala, bo'ichala. Lecha Dodi likrat kala. Yalalai, Pnei Shabbat, Nekabela. We can all be seated. So that melody I first heard in Jerusalem at a synagogue called Kol HaNeshama, which is going to be in walking distance of where you are, Barbara, so maybe one Friday night. I'm sure there's other shuls that people are going to want to go to, but one Friday night of the 4 weeks that you're there? 5 weeks? 4. What's that? 27 days. Not enough. There you go. Okay, so here's a question for you. Look around here. Just look around. How many windows do you see here? Besides the stained glass. You got 2 stained glass. How many windows? Yeah, there's one there. Right, you're right, Marcy, out there. But within the confines of this chapel, there's one up there. How come why is there a window up there? Skylight, so you can tell when Shabbos is over? You could tell by watching? Are you a meteorologist? Okay, so you can tell when it's Shabbos and when Shabbos is over. That's a good answer. It's not the correct answer, but it's a good answer. I mean, you may be able to do it that way, but that wasn't the motivating factor to have a. So it's not a wrong answer. It's a wonderful answer. It's not why we put a window there. Yeah, Marcy. So yes, because prayers penetrate glass more easily than they do wood and metal.
That's right.
That's a beautiful answer. It's not why we put a window there, but a wonderful answer nevertheless. One more guess or one more response. Come on. So God can see us in here, because otherwise we're like hiding, right? Actually, you know that synagogues are supposed to have windows. It is part of the architecture of synagogue. Supposed to have windows. But the reason why it is that a wedding is really supposed to take place under the sky, most traditionally. A wedding should be outdoors, under the sky. So many places that have weddings, synagogues in particular, there is a skylight, so that though you're not outdoors, we're still under the sky. So if you look in the sanctuary, we have a big skylight, but it's in the middle of the room. And when the sanctuary was first built, you remember this, that the bima was actually in the middle of the room. So that's where a wedding would have been, under the skylight there. So here we put that here. And I was anticipating that we would have, small weddings in here. We've had a few. But if you know anybody who wants to get married, there's a great space. Or remarried. Didn't we do your kids? Yeah, right here. We did it right here. Yeah. 10th anniversary. So why don't we all rise? Marcy and Danny, could you open the doors of the Aron Kodesh? Barbara, if you can flip this around, just turn it 180 degrees. That's it. And we're on page 50. Baruchu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Leolam Va'ed. Together, Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Asher Bidvaro Ma'ariv Aravim B'chokhma Poteach She'arim Uvidvuna Mishane Itim Umachalif et Hazmanim Umsader et HaKochavim B'mishmerotehem Barakia Kirtzono Borei Yom V'Layla Golel Or Mipnei Choshech V'Choshech Mipnei Or Uma'avir Yom U'mevi Layla Umavdil Ben Yom U'vein Layla Adonai Tzvaot Shemo El Chai V'Kayam Tamid Yimloch Aleinu Le'olam Va'ed Baruch Ata Adonai Hama'ariv Aravim So as the doors are closed, we continue. Let's join together responsibly. Page 53, Ahavat Olam. With everlasting love, O God, you have loved the house of Israel, teaching us your Torah, its mitzvot, laws, and judgments. For they are our life and the length of our days. On them we will meditate day and night. V'ahavatcha al tasir mimenu leolamim. Baruch ata Adonai, Ohev amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך והיו הדברים האלה. ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם. ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. So I'd like to take a few moments just to be able to sit together quietly and focus on whatever you might choose to focus, but I'd like to propose one thing on which to focus. For myself, I've been feeling that July 4th, Independence Day this year, is different than it's felt in past years. I'm feeling that how precious it is to live in a democratic, free country, and yet how fragile that democracy is. And so I come to this July 4th, not just taking the day for granted and taking where we live for granted, but feeling that we still can fulfill the words of the Declaration of Independence, that we are entitled to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, as each person defines pursuit of happiness. So just like us to sit together and all of us, each of us have an opportunity to think about what our independence and Independence Day means to us this year, and as importantly, or even more importantly, what we can each do to firm up, strengthen the independence, the democracy, the highest ideals of our country. Adonai Elohechem emet. So let's continue on page 60. We'll be singing the words that were sung by Moses and Israel as they crossed the Sea of Reeds on their way to the Promised Land. Here we go. ומלכותו ברצון קיבלו עליהם משה ובני ישראל לכהנו שירה בשמחה רבה ויאמרו כולם together מי כמוך באלים אדוני מי כמוך נדר בקודש נורא תהילות עושה יפלה מלכותך ראו בניך בוקע ים לפני משה זה אלי אנו ויאמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גל Yisrael. And on the following page, Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Leshalom Leshalom V'ha'amidenu Malkeinu L'chaim V'ha'amidenu Malkeinu L'chaim Ufros aleinu Sukat Shalomecha. ושמור צאתנו ובואנו לחיים ולשלום מעתה ועד עולם ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך ברוך אתה אדוני הפורש סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל ירושלים. Back by popular demand, the Shamru. Next page.
Okay, we're going to do the hand motions tonight, as long as I can see that far away. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'doratam berit olam Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'doratam berit olam Beini uvein v'nei Yisrael oti li'olam oti li'olam Oh, I lost my tune. Oti li'olam v'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'doratam berit olam Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et ha-shamayim v'et ha'aretz v'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'doratam berit olam Uvayom chashvi'i shavat vayinafash shavat vayinafash shavat vayinafash v'shamru B'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'doratam berit olam. It's not easy doing the words and the hand motions at the same time, I tell you. Hannah makes it look so easy.
You know what, Barbara? I think that your davening is so special. How about if you do the Chatzi Kaddish?
Oh, sure. I didn't practice this one.
While you're at it.
Sure. Yikadal v'yikadash shemei rabba. V'yalma divra chirute v'yamlich malchute b'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chaye dechol beit Yisrael bagala uv'izman kariv v'imaru amen. Yehei shmei rabba mevarach Leolam lo me'omaya Yitbarach Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitpa'ar V'yiraman V'yitnaseh V'yithadar V'yitalev V'yitalal Shmei Dekudasha B'rechu Le'ela Min Kol Birchata V'shirata Tushbechata V'nechemata Damiram Bialma V'imaru Amen.
So let's take a few moments for individual and quiet prayer. The evening Amidah, the Tefillah begins on page 69, continues through to page 76, 77. Gail, is it sunset yet? Not yet? Okay. Soon? Soon? Is it? It's very nice. Folks, what I'd like to do is go to page 747, and I'd like us each to have an opportunity, those who would like to, you don't have to, but those who would like to read one of the paragraphs, these are pieces that are taken from, you can see the sources on the bottom of the page, some of the great leaders and texts of our country. If you'd like to read one, what I'll ask you to do is, while the previous one is being read and you'd like to read the next one, come up here, because if you read it from your seat, the people that are watching on live stream won't hear you. So you need to read into this microphone, okay? So I'll start. As we mark a special day on our country's calendar, 4th of July, our Independence Day, we recall these great affirmations which embody and reflect the legacy of America. 747. So whoever's going next, and if you want to be after Barbara, just come up and stand while she's reading the notes.
We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Beautiful.
We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish a Constitution for the United States of America.
Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, or the right of the people peaceably to assemble, and to petition the government for a redress of grievances.
Happily, the government of the United States, which gives to bigotry no sanction, to persecution no assistance, requires only that they who live under its protection should demean themselves as good citizens, in giving it on all occasions their effectual support.
With malice towards none, with charity for all, with firmness in the right as God gives us to see the right. Let us strive to finish the work we are in, to do all which may achieve and cherish a just and lasting peace among ourselves and with all nations.
We look forward to a world founded upon 4 essential human freedoms: freedom of speech and expression, freedom of every person to worship God, freedom from want, and freedom from fear.
There is in most Americans a spark of idealism which can be fanned into a flame. It sometimes takes a divining rod to find, but when it is found and when disclosed to its owners, the results are often extraordinary.
Let us resolve to do all that is within our power to help our country to be true to its highest ideals, so that America may merit the blessing of God and be a blessing to the world.
Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ואמרו, אמרו אמן. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. So we all welcome Marcy as the newest member of Ohev Shalom, a longtime member of our sisterhood, but now great to have you as part of the congregation community. And Marcy has a beautiful Kiddush, so Marcy's going to lead us in Kiddush tonight, which is on page 90. I never know what's inside the cup, Marcy, but you'll see if they put in what kind of wine? Fizzling wine? Grape juice wine?
Not whiskey, I know.
No.
I'm good with that.
It looks like wine.
It looks like it. Okay. I trust you, Rabbi. Okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagofen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvosav v'ratzavanu v'shabas kodsho b'yahavo u'v'ratzon hinchilanu zikaron l'maseh v'reishis ki hu yom techila l'mikra'ei kodesh zecher l'tzias mitzrayim kivanu b'chata yavanu kidashta mikamim v'shabas chodshecha v'ahavo u'v'ratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbos. Amen. L'chaim. That's wine. Thank you. Thank you.
Everybody comfortable? Good? Good? So I'm going to ask Barbara to come up with me. I know you need your prayer phone, not Barbara. So when I heard Barbara's going to Israel on Monday, I said to myself, "Man, you're playing on a deal. I'm going on Tuesday." So both Barbara and I are leaving for Israel this week. So we're going to have the honor of opening the Aron Kodesh in the lake in just a second. But what I'd like to ask you all to do is turn to page 849. And if you all read the opening stanza, Barbara and I will read the indented stanza, and then we'll keep going back and forth. Okay? So you folks start.
We rejoice that once again we can say, let us go up to the mountain of the Lord.
Soon we shall stand within your gates, O Jerusalem, where ancient pilgrims gave thanks to the Lord. We shall soon stand where the great temple stood, and thank God for the privilege of seeing Israel reborn.
Pray for the peace of Jerusalem.
We pray for the peace of Jerusalem, and pray for Israel and for all the world.
As you embark on your pilgrimage, take with you our prayer.
כי המלכות שלך היא, ולעולמי תמלוך בכבוד, ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא, יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד, ושמו אחד. We note with sorrow the passing this past week of Joan R. Dratch, a dear mother of Anne Berman. May her memory now and always be cherished for a blessing. Marcy, it's your mom's yahrzeit today. Can you share with us mom's name? Pessa Lyons. It's like her name was a Yiddish kind of a name. It's beautiful. Pessa. Huh? Yeah. Beautiful. Pessa Lyons. Great. Can you tell us maybe something that you hold on to as mom's most outstanding? Be in the boulevard. And they had to have a great chazan there. Yeah. He was tough. Oh, really? No, because just the way you chant the Kiddush, you had to learn that from somebody who really knew their stuff. You know. Well, may your mom's memory always be cherished for a blessing. Yeah? Great. And today we recall on the observance of the yahrzeit the life and memory of Sidney Dratch, dear father of Barry Dratch. And during the course of this past week, the yahrzeits of Max Rapp, father of Adele Teller, Morris Cohen, father of Stephen Cohen, Dot Rosenberg, Mary Melton, Beatrice A. Jaffe, Yetta Paulus, Bernard Gordon, Ruth Komaker, Betty Butcher, Diana Wexler, Morris Gallis, Fern Dworkin Gable, William Block, Lawrence Rothberg, Morris Ashinsky, Anna Ziff, Toby Silverberg, Leon Rosenblatt, Janie Perlstein, Gary Cotton, and Doris Alexander. May each of their memories continue to be cherished for a loving blessing. So for those reciting Kaddish Tom here or at home, let's find ourselves on page 124. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, bi'olma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'vizman karev v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabba mevorach le'olam u'la'almei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitoleh v'yithalal shemei dekucha b'rechu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata ta'amiran bi'olma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. I just picked this up, and it says, donate some time. Are you handy with a hammer? Yeah, I love it. I am so incompetent with doing anything with a tool. Although I can bang to hang a picture, I can. But otherwise, I'm so incompetent. I wouldn't even try to use something that's a mechanical tool. Like I'd wind up without any fingers. But you got to come out of your comfort zone. Barbara, my response is I volunteer for that. I volunteer to whatever takes a hammer. I will do it. How's that? And you'll probably be best off not telling me when it happens. Okay, so actually just one thing that I want to mention, and to everybody who's with us on live stream, this is the time of year every year when you get the letter from the synagogue about our Yizkor memorial booklet, and to please let us know who are the people you want to put into the memorial booklet this year. So every year, this is Paula used to spend her whole summer putting this together. It took so many hours and hours and hours to put it together, and then we mailed it out to everybody. And so this year, we finally came into the 21st century, and we are sending it out online. What took hours and hours and hours took us about 3 hours this week. Yeah. And thanks to Barbara's incredible computer skills and knowledge, all of the links that you'll need to go to whatever form you're going to need, and you have a choice. You can either fill it out online and send it right back to us, or you can print the form and then mail it back to us. But, and the time that we saved, not only that, but the trees that we're saving. Right, and the postage, because this could not go out by, just any kind of a mail. It had to be first-class mail. So yeah. So thanks, Barbara, for all of those links, and really, Barbara and I were the ones who worked on it. So let me just end by saying, if when you get it, you can't figure out at all how it works, tough luck, because we're going to both be in Israel by then. You'll never find us. No, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Promise. It's very simple. You'll be fine. Okay, after the service, there's our Oneg Shabbat, and I saw there was some actual birthday cake there, so it looked tempting. So why don't we go to the Adon Olam? So this is a melody that I don't know how it got this name, but it's the melody is called Shmokel's Nigun, Shmokel's melody. But it was introduced to us here by Julie Berkowitz's, who's now Julie Scheike, and her grandfather, Saul, and so we call it Zayda's melody. So you can call it either one. Adon Olam Asher Malach B'terem Kol Yitzir Nivra Li'et Nasa V'cheftso Kol Hazai Melech Shemo Nikra Yalla la 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 Yalla la 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 Yalla la 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 Yalla la 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 Yalla la 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 V'acharei kichlot hakol levado Yimloch nora vehu haya vehu hove vehu yeh b'tifara yalla la 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 yalla la 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 yalla la 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 Yallalai lai lai lai, yalai lai lai lai, vehu echad, ve'ein sheni, lehamshilo, lehachbira, beli reishit, beli tachlit, velo ha'oz. Yallalai lai lai lai, yallalai lai lai lai, yallalai lai lai lai, yallalai lai 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 lai, yallalai lai lai lai, yallalai lai lai lai, yallalai lai lai lai, yallalai lai lai lai, vehu eli, v'chai goali, v'tzorchev li. B'eitzara v'honisi umanos li menat kosi b'yom ekra yallalai lai 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 Yallalai lai lai lai, lai 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 lai, beyado afkid ruchi, beyet ishan, v'ya'ira v'im ruchi, keviati Adonai li, v'lo ira. Yallalai lai lai lai, 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 yallalai lai lai lai. Cheryl, a very special welcome back to you. First time after all these crazy months of all of us hiding at home. Cheryl was part of our Thursday afternoon coffee with the rabbi and kept us going for many months. Yeah. So great to have you back. Okay, here we go. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom u'mevorach. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom u'mevorach. Good Shabbos, everybody. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom, Gal.